Welcome, welcome to another ASMR video. Today we are going to be reading Pokémon Super Duper Extra Deluxe Essential Handbook. Stat on more than 1,000 characters. I have my Eevee plush here, just for the beginning. He's gonna be going away, so say goodbye. You can tell that he is a male Eevee because of his tail pattern if you didn't know. Female Eevees will have round, white parts here. It'll be round rather than pokey, like this is. And I also, if you didn't notice, have Pokeball nails. They're a little overgrown, but I did think they were super cute. And then I have this bracelet here. Anyways, let's get into reading the book. Super Duper Extra Deluxe Essential Handbook. It is the newest one, as all the way up to Scarlet and Violet Pokemon, which, as I'm recording this video, is the newest game. Well, not the newest game, because there's Legends EA and whatnot, but the newest Pokemon. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. These are all the regions here. We have Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, Galar, and now Paldea, which is what these three starters are from, also known as Scarlet and Violet. Stay down, Paige. There are 9 known Pokemon regions bursting with fascinating Pokemon. Creatures that come in all shapes, sizes, and personalities. They live in oceans, caves, old towers, rivers, tall grass, and many other areas. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of asthma. I need to take a deep breath. Okay. Trainers can find, capture, train, trade, collect, and use Pokemon in battle against their rivals in the quest to become the best. The key to success with Pokemon is staying informed. Information about each Pokemon's type, category, height, and weight can make all the difference in catching, raising, battling, and evolving your Pokemon. In this book, you'll get all the stats and facts you need about more than 1,000 Pokemon. You'll discover how each Pokemon evolves and same time. But some are exclusively one gender or have unknown gender. Abilities. Most Pokemon have one ability that can help them in battle. A Pokemon's ability usually relates back to its type in one way or another. Some Pokemon have two possible abilities. Weaknesses. In a battle, the effectiveness of a Pokemon's moves depends on the type of its opponent. A Pokemon's weaknesses show what other Pokemon types will most successfully be able to damage it in an attack. Evolution. I'm running out of room here down at the bottom, sorry. If your Pokemon has an evolved form or pre-evolved form, will show you its place in the chain and how it evolves. Something that bothers me about this book, it is not in Pokedex order. I think they do that so that each book is different. Because normally it would just be adding a new chapter every time a new region came out. So to stop that from happening, they basically did it in ABC order. So that each time, because there are other books like this, and each time a new region comes out, the Pokemon will be randomly put into the book because it's in ABC order rather than, just being put at the end of the book every time. So it's unfortunate, but it means that evolutions will not be in order. Guide to Pokemon types. A Pokemon's type can tell you a lot about it, from where to find it in the wild to... Sorry, let me reach across here. From where to find it in the wild to the moves it'll be able to use on the battlefield. Type is the key to unlocking a Pokemon's power. A clever trainer should always consider type when picking a Pokemon for a match, because each type shows a Pokemon's strengths and weaknesses. For example, a fire type may melt an ice type, but against a water type it might find it's the one in hot water. And while a water type usually has the upper hand in battle with a fire type, a water type's move would act like a sprinkler on grass type Pokemon. But when that same grass type is battling a fire type, it might just get scorched. Here are the 18 known Pokemon types, which also bother me because the colors don't make sense, but whatever, we'll ignore it. Fire type. Hate that it's blue and not orange or red. Fire. Water. Electric. Ghost. Fighting. Steel. Ground. Poison. Dragon. Grass. Normal. species. First, there must be an incredibly strong bond of trust and friendship between the trainer and Pokemon. They must be unified on and off the battlefield. Second, the trainer must possess both a keystone and the right megastone. Each Pokemon species has a specific megastone. A trainer must quest for the perfect one and prove itself worthy of its power. There's the regular Pokemon version, Lucario, and here's its Mega Evolution, Mega Lucario. See how it looks different. Gigantamax Pokemon. In the Galar region, some Pokemon have a Gigantamax form. It's a special kind of Dynamax that both increases their size and changes their appearance. Gigantamax Pokemon are extremely rare. Not every Pokemon of a given species can Gigantamax, and each has access to a special G-move. Regional forms. In Alola, Galar, and Paldea, some Pokemon have a unique form that can differ in many ways from their previously discovered form. These Alolan, Galarian, and Paldean form Pokemon may look different, have a different height and weight, be a different type, and use different moves. Each form of a Pokemon has its known strengths and weaknesses. A Pokemon and its regional form can seem like two totally different creatures. Here's a great example of Rapidash fire type versus Rapidash fairy psychic type. These regional variations develop because of differences in the environments between regions where the Pokemon live. For example, the reason Alolan Executor, these are Executor, have grown taller is Alola's warm and sunny climate. It's perfect for Execute and Executor to thrive. Some believe that Alolan Executor is actually the true form of the Pokemon. This is Alolan Executor, taller. This is regular Executor, shorter. Some regional forms also evolve into totally new Pokemon than their previously discovered form does. For example, only Galarian Farfetch'd evolves into Surfetch'd. Quagsire probably would have been a better example for that, because his two evolutions look completely different. Well, actually, I guess not, because they're both Quagsire. Ignore. Okay. Now we have Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts possess mighty powers. These mysterious creatures can form Ultra Wormholes. Legendary and mythical Pokemon. These extremely rare and powerful Pokemon are a bit of a mystery. They are unusually strong and many have had incredible influence. Some have used their power to shape history and the world, and they are so rare that few people ever glimpse them. Trainers who have spotted a legendary or mythical Pokemon count themselves among the lucky. Paradox Pokemon. Paradox Pokemon are Pokemon from out of time. Some are from the past, and some are from the future. I love the Paradox form of Jigglypuff. So cute. Pokemon stats and facts. Ready to discover more about every Pokemon? Turn the page and begin. Alright. We are finally into the Pokedex entries. So let's start reading. And it's in ABC order as a reminder. So our first Pokemon is Abomasnow. I'm not seeing where to pronounce it. Oh well. Abomasnow. Type grass. Ice. It lives a quiet life on mountains that are perpetually covered in snow. snow. Type grass ice. It blankets wide areas in snow by whipping up blizzards. It is also known as the ice monster. It lives a quiet life on mountains that are perpetually covered in snow. It hides itself by whipping up blizzards. And then here we have Abra, Psy Pokemon. Type Psychic. This Pokemon uses its psychic powers while it sleeps. The contents of Abra's dreams affect the powers of that the Pokemon wields. Abra can teleport in its sleep. Apparently, the more deeply Abra sleeps, the farther its teleportations go. Absol, Disaster Pokemon. Type Dark. Swift as the wind, Absol races through fields and mountains. Its curved, bow-like horn is acutely sensitive to the warning signs of natural disasters. Because of this Pokemon's ability to detect danger, people mistook Absol as a bringer of doom. Mega Absol. Oh, Mega Absol's form is actually really pretty. I have never seen it before. Type Dark. Normally, it dislikes fighting, so it really hates changing to this form for battles. It converts the energy from Mega Evolution into an intimidating aura. Faint-hearted people expire from shock at the sight of it. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Axelgor. Shell-out Pokemon. Type Bug. It moves with blinding speed and lobs poison at foes. Featuring Axelgor as a main character is a surefire way to make a movie or comic popular. He does look like a superhero. Discarding its shell made it nimble. To keep itself from dehydrating, it wraps its body in bands of membrane. I don't know how to pronounce this one either. Let's see. I think E probably. Aegis Royal Sword Pokemon. I would have thought it was pronounced Aegis. In this defensive stance, Aegis uses its steel body and a force field of spectral power to reduce the damage of any attack. evolution is its true form. Not as cute. Okay, I believe this one's Aggron, right? Yeah. Aggron, Iron Armor Pokemon, Steel Rock. Aggron has a horn sharp enough to perforate thick iron sheets. It brings down its opponents by ramming into them horn first. Long ago, there was a king who wore a helmet meant to resemble the head of an Aggron. He was trying to channel the Pokemon's strength. And then we have Mega Aggron, type Steel. Aggron claims an entire mountain as its own territory. It mercilessly beats up anything that violates its environment. This Pokemon vigilantly patrols its territory at all times. Aggron is protective of its environment. If its mountain is ravaged by a landslide or a fire, this Pokemon will haul topsoil to the area, plant trees, and beautifully restore its own territory. Apom, long-tail Pokemon, type normal. As it did more and more with its tail, its hands became clumsy. It makes its nest high on the treetops. It searches for prey from the tops of trees. When it spots its favorite food, Bounceweed, no, not Bounceweed, Apom gets excited and pounces. I think it's so messed up that it's canon that Pokemon eat each other. That's so horrible. It's supposed to be like a cute kid's game. Alakazam, Psy Pokemon. This is the third evolution for Abra. Type Psychic. It has an incredibly high level of intelligence. Some say that Alakazam remembers everything that ever happens to it from birth till death. Alakazam wields potential psychic powers. Not potential. Alakazam wields potent psychic powers. It's said that this Pokemon used these powers to create the spoons it holds. Mega Alakazam, type Psychic. It's adept at precognition. When attacks completely miss Alakazam, that's because it's seeing the future. Alcremie. I thought it was pronounced Alcremie, but it says right here Alcremie. Alcremie, cream Pokemon, type Fairy. When it trusts a trainer, it will treat them to berries. It's decorated with cream. When Alcremie is content, the cream it secretes from its hands becomes sweeter and richer. Gigantamax Alcremie. Cream pours endlessly from this Pokemon's body. The cream stiffens when compressed by an impact. A harder impact results in harder cream. It launches swarms of missiles, each made of cream and loaded with 100,000 calories. Get hit by one of these and your head will swim. Gym bros love Alcremie. Oh man, okay, hang on, I need help with that one. Alomomola. Caring Pokemon. Type Water. It gently holds injured and weak Pokemon in its fins. Its special membrane heals their wounds. They float upon the open Altaria. Wait, it's pronounced Altaria. I've always pronounced Altaria. Okay, fine. Altaria. Humming Pokemon. Type Dragon Flying. If it bonds with a person, it will gently envelop the friend with its soft wings, then on sunny days, it flies freely through the sky and blends into the clouds. It sings in a beautiful soprano. And then we have Mega Altaria, sorry. Type Dragon Fairy. Altaria dances and wheels through the sky among billowing cotton-like clouds. By singing melodies in its crystal clear voice, this Pokemon makes its listeners experience dreamy wonderment. Altaria sings in a gorgeous soprano. Its wings are like cotton clouds. This Pokemon catches updrafts with its buoyant wings and soars way up into the wild blue yonder. And then we have Amora, I believe is how it's pronounced. Yes, Amora. Tundra Pokemon. Type Rock Ice. This Pokemon was successfully restored from a fossil. In the past, it lived with others of its kind in cold lands where there were fewer predators. Amora is an ancient Pokemon that has gone extinct. Specimens of this species can sometimes be found frozen in ice. Ambipom, which is the evolution of a bomb. Longtail Pokemon. Type Normal. In their search for comfortable trees, they get into territorial disputes with groups of Passimian. They win about half of the time. It uses its tails for everything. If it wraps both of its tails around you and gives you a squeeze, that's proof it really likes you. Amoonguss. Mushroom Pokemon. Type Grass Poison. Be wary of the poisonous spores it releases. Mushrooms resembling Amoonguss's capsule will grow out of anywhere the spores touch. Amoonguss mimics Pokeballs. It is not yet clear whether this mimicry is effective against other Pokemon. Ampharos, I believe. Oh, it's Ampharos. Oh, I hate that. I always thought it was Ampharos. Ampharos. Okay, Ampharos. Light Pokemon. Type Electric. The bright light on its tail can be seen far away. It has been treasured since ancient times as a beacon. When it gets dark, the light from the bright shiny tail can be seen from far away on the ocean's surface. Mega Ampharos. Type Electric Dragon. Excess energy from the Mega Evolution stimulates its genes, and the wall it had lost grows again. Massive amounts of energy intensely stimulated Ampharos' cells, apparently awakening its long-sleeping dragon's blood. Interesting. So it goes from electric to electric dragon. Also, the wool it's talking about losing is from its pre-evolution. It slowly loses all of its wool. But apparently the Mega Evolution grows it back. Annihilate. Rage Monkey Pokemon. Type Fighting Ghost. When its anger rose beyond a critical point, this Pokemon gained power that is unfettered by the limits of its physical body. It imbues its fists with the power of rage that it kept hidden in its heart. Opponents struck by these imbued fists will be shattered to their core. was restored from a fossil. Anorith lived in the ocean about 100 million years ago, hunting with its pair of claws. Anorith can swim swiftly by pulling its 8 wings through the water like oars on a boat. This Pokemon is an ancestor of modern bug Pokemon. Appleton. Apple nectar Pokemon. Type grass dragon. It feeds mainly on sweet apples. It will also eat small bug Pokemon that are attracted by its sweet nectar. When some Lechonk come along to lick the sweet nectar on Appleton's back, Appleton will spew sticky nectar at them to drive them away. Gigantamax Appleton. It blasts its opponents with massive amounts of sweet, sticky nectar, drowning them under deluge. I don't know that word. Deluge. Due to Gigantamax energy, this Pokemon's nectar has thickened. The increased viscosity lets the nectar absorb more damage than before. Applin, apple core Pokemon. Type grass dragon. It grows by eating the flesh of an apple. Applin uses its own body fluid to strengthen the apple skin and prevent it from rotting. Applin lives inside an apple. When an applin is separated from its apple, its body loses moisture and the Pokemon grows weak. Araquanid. Oh, I've been pronouncing this one wrong. Araquanid. Water bubble Pokemon. Type water bug. It launches water bubbles with its legs, drowning prey within the bubbles. This Pokemon can then take its time to savor its meal. It acts as a caretaker for Duper, putting them inside its bubble and letting them eat any leftover food. Arbok, which is Cobra backwards if you didn't know. Cobra Pokemon. Type poison. The frightening patterns on its belly have been studied. 6 variations have been confirmed. Arbolivia, I believe. Arboleva. Okay, I've been pronouncing that one wrong too. Olive Pokemon. Grass normal. This calm Pokemon is very compassionate. It will share its delicious, nutrient-rich oil with weakened Pokemon. This Pokemon drives back enemies by launching its rich, aromatic oil at them with enough force to smash a boulder. Arcanine. Legendary Pokemon. Type fire. An ancient picture scroll shows that people were captivated by its movement as it ran through prairies. Its magnificent bark conveys a sense of majesty. Anyone hearing it can't help but grovel before it. Hisuian Arcanine. Legendary Pokemon. Type fire rock. Snaps at its foes with fangs cloaked in blazing flame. Despite its bulk, it deftly feints every which way, leading opponents on a deceptively merry chase as it all but dances around them. Mythical Pokemon. Arceus. Alpha Pokemon. Type normal. According to the legends of Sinnoh, this Pokemon emerged from an egg and shaped all there is in the world. It is told in mythology that this Pokemon was born before the universe even existed. If it emerged from This is all big news for me on how to pronounce these, because I've pronounced them a certain way for years, and then now I'm finding out they're pronounced differently. Arkin, first bird Pokemon. Type, rock flying. This Pokemon was successfully restored from a fossil. As research suggested, Arkin is unable to fly, but it is very good at jumping. Arkin is said to be the ancestor of bird Pokemon. It lived in treetops, eating berries and bug Pokemon. Is it Archeops? Yep, okay. Archeops, first bird Pokemon. This is the evolution of Arkin. Type, rock flying. It needs a running start to take off. If Archeops wants to fly, it first needs to run at nearly 25 miles per hour, building speed over a course of about 2.5 miles. Though capable of flight, Archeops is apparently better hunting on the ground. Arctobax. Arctobax. Ice fin Pokemon. Type, dragon ice. Arctobax freezes the air around it, protecting its face with an ice mask and turning its dorsal fin into a blade of ice. It attacks with the blade of its frozen dorsal fin by doing a front flip in the air. Arctobax's strong back legs allow it to pull off this technique. Arctofish. Arctofish, fossil Pokemon. Type, water ice. Though it's able to capture prey by freezing its surroundings, it has trouble eating the prey afterward because its mouth is on top of its head. The skin on its face is impervious to attack, but breathing difficulties made this Pokemon go extinct anyway. Arctozolt. Arctozolt, fossil Pokemon. Type, electric ice. The shaking of its freezing upper half is what generates its electricity. It has a hard time walking around. This Pokemon lived on prehistoric seashores and was able to preserve food with the ice on its body. It went extinct because it moved so slowly. Ariados, long leg Pokemon. Type, bug poison. Every night it wanders around in search of prey, whose movements it restrains by spewing threads before it bites into them with its fangs. It spews threads from its mouth to catch its prey. When night falls, it leaves its web to go hunt aggressively. Armaldo, plate Pokemon. Type, rock bug. After evolution, this Pokemon emerged onto land. Its lower body has become stronger, and blows from its tail are devastating. Though it lives on land, it's also a good swimmer. It dives into the ocean in search of prey, using its sharp claws to take down its quarry. Armarouge. Fire water Pokemon. I know it says CH, but I feel like that's how you pronounce rouge, so it's Armarouge. Fire warrior Pokemon. Type, fire psychic. Armarouge evolved through the use of a set of armor that belonged to a distinguished warrior. This Pokemon is incredibly loyal. This Pokemon clads itself in armor that has been fortified by psychic and fire energy, and it shoots blazing fireballs. Aromatisse. Aromatisse, fragrance Pokemon. Type, fairy. The scent that constantly emits from its fur is so powerful that this Pokemon's companions will eventually lose their sense of smell. Wow, that's great. The scent Aromatisse can produce a range of eats iron ore and sometimes railroad tracks to build up the steel armor that protects its body. When Aaron evolves, its steel armor peels off. In ancient times, people would collect Aaron's shed armor and make good use of it in their daily lives. If anybody's name is Aaron that's watching this, did you get a big jump scare by that? Aracuda. Rush Pokemon. Type water. Aracuda can swim quickly only in a straight line. The ones that become sluggish from overeating are the first to be targeted by flocks of Wattrel. It takes down prey by charging into them with its hard-pointed jaw, but Aracuda's eyesight is poor, so this tactic has a low success rate. Legendary Pokemon. Articuno. Freeze Pokemon. Type Ice Flying. This legendary bird Pokemon can create blizzards by freezing moisture in the air. Articuno is my favorite out of the 3 legendary birds. Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Although that wouldn't really be the right order because the last bit of their names is Spanish for 1, 2, and 3. So it goes Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Legendary Pokemon, Galarian Articuno. Cruel Pokemon. Type Psychic. Flying. Its feather-like blades are composed of psychic energy and can shear through thick iron sheets as if they were paper. Known as Articuno, this Pokemon fires beams that can immobilize opponents as if they have been frozen solid. Audino. Hearing Pokemon. Type Normal. Audino's sense of hearing is superb. Not even a pebble rolling along over a mile away will escape Audino's ears. This Pokemon has a kind heart. By touching with its feelers, Audino can gauge other creatures' feelings and physical conditions. Mega Audino, which is so cute looking. I love that. Looks like a Sanrio character or something. Mega Audino. Type Normal Fairy. Using the feelers on its ears, it can tell if someone is feeling or when an egg might hatch. It touches others with the feelers on its ears, using the sound of their heartbeats to tell how they are feeling. Aurorus. Tundra Pokemon. Type Rock Ice. Aurorus was restored from a fossil. It said when this Pokemon howls, auroras appear in the night sky. When gripped by rage, auroras will emanate freezing air, covering everything around it in ice. Aurorus is the evolution of Amora. Avalugg. Iceberg Pokemon. Type Ice. As Avalugg walks along with Bergmite on its back, it comes across pods of Sedatin. It lets them pass to avoid conflict. This Pokemon uses its massive icy body to flatten anything that gets in its way. When it's floating out on the ocean, it looks exactly like drift ice. Hisuian Avalugg. Iceberg Pokemon. Type Ice Rock. The armor of ice covering its lower jaw puts steel to shame and can shatter rocks with ease. This Pokemon barrels along steep mountain paths, cleaving through the deep snow. Axew is such a cute one. Dusk Pokemon. Type Dragon. This Pokemon lives in nests that are made in the ground. People in ancient times used its tusks as cooking knives. 𝹭Whispered, and Azelf all came from the same egg. Alright, these will be the last two. I think stopping at the A's is a good spot to stop. I'm very tired and my leg is asleep because I had to film this in such awkward positioning. 𖹭Whispered, 𖹭Whispered, 𖹭Whispered. Aqua Rabbit Pokemon. Type Water Fairy. Its long ears are superb sensors. It can distinguish the movements of things in water and tell what they are. By keeping still and listening intently, it can even tell what is in wind, fast-moving rivers. Oh, wild. I was like, that sounded awkward. It can even tell what is in wild, fast-moving rivers. Azurill, Azurill, Azurill. Polka-dot Pokemon. Type Normal Fairy. Its tail bounces like a rubber ball. It flings that tail around to fight opponents bigger than itself. Its tail is packed full of nutrients it needs to grow. See, I hate that it goes from Azumarill, the final evolution here, to Azurill, the first evolution, and it skips over Marill because it's an ABC order and not Pokedex order. Alright. Those will be the last two we will do today. I will pick up on the bees in part 2. I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's video. Let's close out the page. Pokemon Super Duper Extra Deluxe Essential Handbook. If you're familiar with my channel, have only recorded, I believe, 2 in-person videos. I think one of them is privated. So it was like my first one ever years ago. So I believe I only have one real in-person ASMR video on my channel. The audio quality is pretty bad in it, unfortunately. I'm hoping this one will be a lot better. I have a very different setup this time, and I'm in a completely different type of room. But yeah, if this felt a little janky or awkward, it's probably because I am not used to it. I am a gaming ASMR channel, so I am used to sitting and playing a video game while I whisper into the mic. And this is just very different. But I'm sure that with practice I will get better because I do want to start